That's what we're doing. And we're going to just, boom. Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Spitball Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
Hammer fan here. Happy 4th of July mega weekend of celebration.
Absolutely. Summer fiasco of beers sliding right into the day of beer dependence. Jammer fan.
Nice. Sliding in.
Sliding right in. Shag Dog is MIA. He has to work. He might be on later on in the week, but for me, I'm doing 49 State Brewing's Smok. It's a Smok lager.
Ah, that sounds cool.
It actually, it actually does sound cool. Take a sip of this copper-hued Smok lager to transport yourself to a crackling campfire in the wilds of Alaska at dusk. Brewed in the style of the traditional German Rausch beer, each sip of this smoky, crisp, exceedingly drinkable classic tastes better than the last. Smok is our highest rated and most awarded beer, winning a World Cup gold medal in 2018 and the Great American Beer Festival medal in 2015. I don't know if you saw the other videos with 49 State Brewing.
Didn't get a
But
chance to
every beer that I've had by them has been pretty darn good.
been good.
And that's unusual for a brewery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you have?
So I have a beer that I haven't tried since they reformulated it. So I had this beer probably 10 years ago. It's Odell Brewing Mercenary Double IPA.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
I think you guys reviewed it maybe a long time ago when it first came out. I'm not sure. Back when you guys were doing lots of Odell beers and stuff,
Yeah.
Belgium stuff and beers like that. It just says brewed with a blend of hops containing the highest levels of myrcene, a component of essential oils in the hop flower. This double IPA prevails with a tropical fruit-like flavor and a pungent floral aroma and a clean getaway. When they first brewed it like 10 years ago, there weren't as many of these new hops out. Now there's all these experimental hops. They made all these tropical hops. So they have a new hop blend as far as I know. That's from what I could do when I was researching it. So
Wow.
So I'll crack it open, give her a pour. This is 9.5%. What are you rocking percentage-wise on that guy?
This right here is only 5.7 and ABV and 25 IBUs. I don't know if you caught that last video, but I did this one from Ukraine, and it was Obalon Extra, 12%.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah.
And it was very well masked, although I could still pick up a little of it, of the alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, but it tastes more like a malt liquor. Yeah.
Okay.
But the one I had before that was Ukrainian, it tasted like Mickey's malt liquor.
Like Mickey. It may have just not been stored right, and then it shipped over here. Who knows what kind of temperatures those beers are sitting at in those shipping containers? It could be 200 degrees in there.
Yeah, you're right about that because when they're shipped, the customs has to clear it.
Yeah.
And so it's sitting for the longest period of time before customs gets around to clearing it.
And if it's in a big metal container that's closed and the sun's hitting it and there's not a lot of ventilation in that thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that is one aspect of it, but then it has to travel to the location that it's going to. And it's stored wherever it's stored. And you're right. I mean, by the time it gets to us, wherever we are, it may have been sitting out in the sun and in the heat and all that stuff for many times.
Plus, good luck figuring out when it was brewed or any kind of date on those beers either. When I was living in Arizona, the liquor stores, I feel like in Arizona, like Warren is like respectable as the ones here in Colorado because it's more of a beer state here. I got a German beer once from a store, got it home, decoded the date, and it was 5 years past the expiration, and they were still selling that.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I called them about it and said, "Hey, look, I can," and they wouldn't even entertain swapping it out for something else. They're just like, "Sorry, you bought it."
Wow.
And I've
Well,
actually, yeah, it's hard to return beer. I made the mistake of opening it, and then I was like, "Why does this thing smell bad?" So, and I think it was seven 99. So it sucks just losing $8 on a beer like that.
and the thing about that is that right there, being that the brewery wouldn't back it up,
Yeah,
turn around and probably turn you off to the brewery, period.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And which means that you'll never probably buy anything from them ever again.
Kind of short sighted. Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's just kind of the import game. I actually don't buy that many import beers these days because I just, now I like Paulaner Hefeweizen. It's not the best one, but they do have a clear date. It shows when it's packaged. It shows
Yeah.
when it's Best Buy, and they tend to like the distributor that distributes them is big enough that they'll pull beer that's expired and put new beer in there, and they basically refund they'll do that with liquor stores, at least on bigger brands. Like if Sam Adams, for instance, is like their beer goes past the date, they'll tell the
Yeah.
liquor store to either put it on clearance and just move it, or we'll just swap it out. They don't like doing that though because they're losing money. So
The thing about it is that they don't do it. Well, they lose money either way because, like you turn around and buy something and they don't like it, and it's out of date.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to forgive me because I've been drinking on an empty stomach.
no, it's all good. I've only been drinking Bush Light today, but on an empty stomach too, and I'm cooking right now. Like I was joking with you, our viewers don't know, but I'm cooking chicken, and I got a timer. I got 14 minutes and 35 seconds left on my timer, so we better.
14 minutes. And all right, all right. So mine is kind of dark, golden, amber. It does have that smoky grilled smell that a lager or a Rausch beer would have. Yeah.
Yeah,
My head quickly dissipated. And I still have some in the can, so I can't really pour all of it in there because the stupid glass doesn't
I
hold.
finally got all mine in mine, but it's this thing's got a pretty foamy head. I did a gentle pour on this guy, a gentle pour, and it's still
Yeah.
pretty big head. It's sticking around. I've noticed on some of these nicer IPAs, the head will stick around a while. There'll be lots of lacing and stuff on there.
Yeah, I noticed that too on some of them, where they would just be, if you do a gentle pour,
Yeah.
it stays there.
By the way, I have my Odell IPA branded glass right here. So I always do like Odell.
Well,
And this is a before I forget, this is a West Coast IPA. It's not the juicy hazy type. You can tell it's clear. This is like what we were drinking 10 years ago, right? Basically, like just
yeah.
regular IPAs.
Well, cheers. I'm going to go ahead and drink mine and see what I get.
Sure.
Shag Dog would not like this beer. He doesn't like the ones that have that smoky flavor.
I love them. I love a good smoke beer,
I,
man.
I, I actually love them too. That's the funny part. And this is very lightly smoked.
Yeah.
It's not like, the German ones, which is richly
Yeah.
smoked.
I like those ones too, but they almost make it stink like campfire or something after you
Yeah.
drink too much of them.
This one's a very light campfire smell and flavor. It's very easy to drink, very mild. I mean, it's almost 6%, and you would think that you would pick up some of the alcohol, but it's pretty smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It actually surprises me. Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah. I'm with you on those smoke beers. I think they really go nice in the summer if you have one that's light enough because it makes you think about like the grill and hot
Yeah.
dogs on there and stuff. Yeah, man. Are you guys gonna are you
Yeah.
gonna grill some like 4th of July type stuff tomorrow? Are you gonna fire up the grill and
Unfortunately, no. I'm stuck going to my in-laws' place, and they don't grill. So
uh
yeah,
oh
yeah.
well, hopefully you'll have something nice there. Yeah,
I personally would put a big old thick steak on the grill. you know,
nice. Nice.
I mean, I don't care. You know, you're a guy. You love steak.
Oh yeah.
Most guys love steak. Am I not right?
You are right, man. I love it. It's getting pretty pricey though. I've been looking for
Yeah.
the clearance steaks, that are like marked down a little bit. You
Hmm.
know, it's kind of tough paying like $20 for a steak right now, even at Walmart.
Oh yeah, that's just crazy. Is the prices have gone crazy? Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so mine Shag Dog would actually hate this too because it's really piney on the nose. I don't think he likes the piney bitterness of stuff like that. It's piney, and then the taste. Actually, this is the original one. I don't know because the taste is very. I get that bitter resin, caramel, and pine.
Hmm.
Like that it's almost like that. They call it a bitter resin on like Beer Advocate and stuff, but it's that like almost piney pine sap kind of. It lingers on the
Yeah.
tongue. But yeah, it's good, man. Um,
Yeah. When Shag Dog said he couldn't do it today, like, all right, well, send me the information. I'll log on under the count and everything, and and do some myself because I had. I mean, come on, you have to have the beer of what is it? Day of beer of dependence.
Day of Beer Dependence, yeah. But
I don't care much for the May 4th. May the force be with you. All that
yeah,
stuff. Oh yeah, those are good and everything. But the Day of Beer Dependence, that was our unique thing
it
as
was
the
your guys'
town.
unique thing, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
So,
nobody else did it.
but you guys could still do some this week. It's still kind of 4th of July week, if you guys
Yeah,
did some later. But I get it's cool. It's nice to have them like around the 4th of July.
yeah. And I've always wanted to do beer reviews. When we were recording them and everything, do them and have them ready for the holidays, which one ever they were.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, he, you know, we would do them or would try to do them, and he would like, oh no, you can't do them, in time for the holiday and everything. Like, oh yeah, I can if we do them soon enough. Yeah, but we never would do them early enough to do 'em so that I could release them at the same time.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, your sounds tasty, man. I really like mine, but I'm kind of jealous that you got that smoky beer. I should have.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one I've been longing to try because it had gotten the awards, and I had heard about it when I was up there in Alaska,
Yeah,
and it does taste very close to a German Rausch beer.
nice.
It's very similar in the smokiness of it, but it's in comparison to the Germans is light.
Yeah,
And I'm all right with that because it has those characteristics, but it's light because of the fact that it is American and what is the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah.
It's light, but it is respectable in the sense of the category.
Sure, yeah. It's like our American take on the category or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. I've actually had a couple different smoked beers from Alaska. Alaskan Brewing Company makes this one that comes in a bomber that's got like reindeer on the front of it or something, or deer. Maybe it's
okay.
caribou or something. I don't know. Something. I think it's caribou because Alaska.
Mm.
Um, that's that one's pretty tasty too. That's like an smoked imperial stout. I just
Yeah.
think maybe in Alaska people just like that smokiness. It's cold out. You just kind of want like a smoky beer that reminds you of the fire or something. I don't know.
Well, most of the Alaskan beers I've tried are very dark.
Yeah.
They're either the smoke or they're like a stout or a nut brown.
Yeah.
And I kind of equate it to the fact that those beers are typically winter beers.
Yeah, and it's Alaska. It's colder longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. What's interesting about this beer is that this it came out about 10 years, around 10 years ago, and that was when all those big West Coast IPAs were hitting all the time. We had all those from Stone,
Yeah.
um, Arrogant Bastard, stuff like that.
Yeah. So with that beer there that you have, what would you what would your grade kind of be?
Yeah, so I don't know. I was expecting something a little different because I thought they reformulated it to more tropical fruit, but I do like this style a lot. I'm getting sick of all those hazy IPAs that are super sweet and cloying, and there's like no bitterness, and it's like
Yeah.
that was like a trend. I don't think it's going away because people that aren't really beer drinkers like those beers. 'Cause
Yeah. Uh-oh. Did you lock
they're
up?
hazy.
Oh man. You locked up there for a moment.
Yeah, you were locking up on my side, but well, we're trying to finish this. We tried so hard to get this beer review in, so I'll try to go quick. I'm like, my chicken's in the oven. Everything's being weird. I'm hopefully upgrading my computer situation, getting a new camera and some other stuff. So
I
hopefully,
don't know if it's really, here's the thing. Everything has gone to apps.
yeah,
I don't know. I think we talked about it before on
we
the
did.
last.
Yeah,
Yeah. Everything has gone to apps. And so everything is, the app has to constantly communicate back and forth
it
over
does.
the
Yeah.
net.
And I just got fiber optic internet put in, so I know it's not my internet. Like, I mean, I'm getting crazy. Like, my download, I think, is like 700 megabytes a second,
Yeah.
and my upload's 300 megabytes. That's fast, dude. Like a second, like that should be good enough for StreamYard. Like it's the best.
Oh, definitely. And I think part of it is that StreamYard is just crap.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Maybe
Shag Dog likes StreamYard for some reason.
because he knows how to use it and doesn't want to change. He's gotten used to
Yeah,
it.
he is the type of person who doesn't like change and is locked in on a certain.
Yeah. But yeah, Jammer, while we're still connected, I don't want to waste too much time talking about Shag Dog's old age.
Yeah.
While, although we're all getting old, right? But I can't really say anything. But yeah, I would say like B plus for this, but I would say like a swaff though. Like it's enjoyable. I'd really recommend it. Like it's really drinkable, despite like the 80 or 100 IBU or whatever it is. It's like refreshing.
Wow. Now this one, it has those smoky flavors, and then it has like almost a slight nuttiness to it.
Nice.
But it is a nice smoke lager. I mean, look at the color. I mean, it's very
Yes.
dark.
It's almost got that brown ale slight rubiness though. It's like a dark
Yeah,
brown ale. It's not jet black like a stout.
exactly. And
Got great lacing. I mean, it looks like a really nice. I can see why it won, dude. It looks like it's a show beer, dude. That beer's beautiful. It's keeping a little bit of a head going.
yeah,
I know lace
it,
is waste, but I've also heard lace can be a sign of a quality beer though, too.
and that is true. Real good lacing is a sign of quality beer. But what would I give this? I think let me take one more sip real quick. Man, it is easy to drink. There, Jammer fan. It is really easy to drink. I mean, I just take a sip and boom. Um, the smokiness, the slight nuttiness, the sweetness of it. I'd have to give it at least a B plus and a swallow.
Nice, nice. So it sounds like we're pretty even on our scores, for
And the amazing thing is most of the 49 State Brewing beers that I've had, have been in the AB range.
Nice.
And that, to me, that's amazing because normally you don't have 3 or 4 beers from the same brewery that, oh yeah, I like it. AB range.
So I actually live almost in biking distance from Odell. It's about a 5-minute car ride from me, and it's actually right next to New Belgium. But New Belgium's sold out, and they kind of gone off the rails. They got bought by Little Lion Brewing, which is owned by Kieran, which I think is then owned by somebody else.
Wow. That is something else because, New Belgium there for the longest time was its
Very
own
independent.
self.
Yeah, its
Yeah.
own self. Yeah. But hey, you know that on the Spitter Swallow beer review, man, we got to finish our beers. I only got I got a minute and about 20 seconds left. So I guess that was a bad idea to bring a 10%er on. All right.
Wow. Amazing.
What's funny is you and Shag Dog sometimes try to shoot for the 20-minute mark when you're like reviewing beer. So we're right in there.
What is it?
We're at like
21
minutes.
Oh,
yeah. Huh. And my phone just warned me I got 42 seconds before I got to pull my chicken out. And the timer on the luckily I didn't set a timer on the oven actually because I didn't want it to blare like if I was and have my significant other have her be like turn that shit off. So it's I'm actually cooking chicken because again steak is just I was like ugh,
I know.
It's pretty expensive, but I don't know. Like I splurge every once in a while and get something like that.
Well, you have to. You have to splurge a little bit and give yourself a little bit of the taste because right now I have shrimp thawing out. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, there it is. You're gonna go check that chicken, man.
All right, I can probably maybe hop on for another one later or something. Keep in touch.
Yes, I will definitely send you another link because I got more beers to do. Granted, I am feeling pretty ripe.
Me too, especially after taking down that 10%er like on the reg, man. But you keep in touch. I still got plenty of Busch Light I can bring on.
Well, I'm going to definitely do another one, so I'm going to send you a link in just a little bit.
Sure, man. Sure. Cool. All right, dude.
All right. We are the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Jammer fan joining in. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing.